All right, everybody. Happy Monday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. All right, all right, all right. Well, so if you're just tuning in, we're letting everybody know what the weather conditions are, uh, the wind chill, the cold climates in the comments in the chats. Feel free to put yours in. And we've got two birthday people this morning. Let's give a big shout out to Leisha Bacon and Eric Drain. Lisa's out of Alabama. Eric Drain's out of North Carolina. So big shout outs to these two amazing humans. We hope they have the most amazing day ever. So happy birthday, guys. And hopefully they'll be on so they can hear your beautiful voices this morning. Um, so, in honor of all of you, I chose this word for today. Okay. Because I had so many people finding a way to send me messages of comfort over the last several days. Okay. So I just want to tell everybody like routine. Everything I had done was routine. And I did get a little under the weather. Um, but here's the deal, we have amazing products. And so I feel so much better today, so much better today. But the word is comfort, comfort. And you inspire me. I just want to tell you that because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And thought about this and I thought, I want the word comfort because you took out a little bit of time to say, hey, send in prayers, send in love, hope you're doing great. And if you didn't, don't feel bad about it. Okay. You like to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't do it. No, that's not what this is about. What it is about, though, is the feeling you receive when somebody notices. And it's a great lesson for me this morning. And that's why I wanted to put the word because the primary goal of comforting is you ease someone's burden, you lighten their load, um, you let them know that you care about them, right? And but what it really does is it it really boosts someone's spirits. And what last week was for me was a reminder that a little note, a little card, a little audio, the littlest thing that doesn't cost anything other than seconds of time can make the most difference in someone's day. Does that make sense? And man, oh man, do I get busy in this world we live. And I fail sometimes to take those few seconds to make a difference in somebody's life for that day. And so the word comfort for me today is like it, it's big because you all did it last week. And I'm so grateful for you for it. It did lift me up. And I did feel the prayers and the comfort and all that good stuff. But what it did remind me of is, oh my goodness, how something so little time consuming, something that doesn't cost money, can have such an impact. And so my challenge for this Monday is let's all, as we walk through the day and we have the opportunity to drift a little comfort in somebody's life, we take that time, right? We take that time, we step into it because it can make an impact in that human's day. And I would say we probably cross paths with people every single day that we could make those little bitty comforting moments that would make a huge impact. So, in honor of you, I chose this word for today. And so, anyway, thanks for inspiring me. Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson. And we're all so grateful you're back here. And I will say, if anybody didn't reach out to you, it's because they were following directions. Because I specifically said, don't blow up his phone. So if you didn't hear from them, don't think they love you any less than the others. They're just the
No.
rule followers. So you can categorize people in the rule follower category and the not. So that's a really fun way. You've got a concrete way to do it. So I love that very much. So great lesson.
Can I
Glad
tell
you're
you,
better.
can I tell you, Andrea, one of the people on here that's not a rule follower is Arlene Hutchinson, just so you know.
Oh, what a
No,
rebel.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Love it.
Oh, just
I
kidding.
would like that list a little later. You might have been the principal, but I want to know. All right, guys, there'll be punishments handed out. Okay, just kidding. All right, so the quote that I found was, words of comfort, skillfully administered, are the oldest therapy known to man. And that's Louis Nizer. I don't know. You can Google it because I don't know how to say his name, and I'm sure I butchered it, but I thought that was really powerful. And I feel like I'm not the only one that's been in a situation where you want to offer comfort, but you're not quite sure what to do. And you're like, man, I want to say the right thing. I want to do the right thing, but maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just going to go about this all wrong. So what I looked into was, okay, we've got somebody that needs a little comfort in our world. What do we do to comfort them? So first of all, we've got to acknowledge their feelings. And as a perfectly appropriate emotional human, this can be powerful because, again, we've talked about this before. I know many of us are of the generation that if you got upset, you were in trouble for it, right? If you cry, I'll give you something to cry about. Go in your room until you can pull it together, and then you can come back out and be part of society again, right? So negative emotions in so many of us were something that was blocked. And that's not how humans work. Wouldn't it be great if we never had a negative? But that's not the way that we were designed. And we were designed really well. So I'm guessing there's a reason for it. So when you want to comfort somebody, acknowledge their feelings. Like, that sounds really tough. I see that you're in a bad spot. I understand why you might feel that way, whatever it may be, but just recognize those emotions, because that's a great way to comfort somebody and help them feel seen. Next is to give them a little bit of space to talk. Sometimes this could be me too. Sometimes we just want to vent. Sometimes we got that pressure valve, right? We've all seen a pressure cooker. Sometimes we got to lift that lid and let that steam out. Sometimes we just need to vent. So a very simple, I'm here if you want to talk about it, and actually turn on those listening ears, make eye contact when you say it, all the things that we think is obvious, but sometimes we're like, hey, I'm here if you need me, right? Anybody else guilty of that? So be there if they want that. Next is to keep it genuine, right? We don't necessarily need to delve in and get super be personable, but you don't have to be super personal depending on the relationship, but make sure that you're responding in a genuine way and appreciate that they're trusting you enough to share with you, because that's really powerful and that's a huge compliment from somebody else. Next is to offer support, not solutions unless asked. Whew. I have a 19-year-old daughter. Does she sit me down when I go into solution mode? I think it's probably natural that we want to fix things. I cannot be the only one. I know it. Anybody else a fixer out there? When somebody brings us a problem, we want to solve it. But not every problem needs a solution, and not every person's looking for it. So if we truly want to comfort people, just offer it. Is there anything I can do to support you? Are you looking for solutions, or do you just want me to listen? I'm glad, Apple, I'm not the only one. Next is to watch our body language. So when somebody's in a negative space, sometimes it can feel uncomfortable, or we might not quite understand it. And our body is going to tell it. I have a glass face, so you know what I'm thinking at all times. Like, there's no surprises over here. So I have to be really careful that if I'm like looking at my son and he's upset about something that I just don't get, that I'm not like, okay, buddy, right? So we have to really watch our body and make sure that we're supporting them in that way as well. And then lastly is to follow up. If somebody had a hard moment right now, maybe we just put a little mental tickler to reach out to them again in a week or so and just say, hey, I just wanted to check up on you. How are you feeling? How are things going? And show that genuine care, because that's another way that we can absolutely see somebody and make them feel our love and our comfort when we come back to them, even after maybe they're out of that situation, but we're back there and letting them know that we're still a safe space. So the last quote that I'm going to share, because I want to end with this one, was, you will find comfort when you seek to be comfort to someone else. And I think this is one of those great paradoxes in our world, that when we give love, we're going to get love back. When we give comfort, we feel comforted. It's one of those things, when we help somebody else feel good, man, does it feel good to us as well. So that's a gift that we get from giving gifts. So that's what I had today, Coach. Sure glad you're back. I'm much less nervous when you're here. You should see it. When you're not,
It's
I've got marbles in my mouth. It's a disaster. So glad you're here.
no, it was a great lesson this morning, and we've got so many people. I mean, I look across. I mean, Dr. Bob, every morning I see him on. You're a huge comfort. So many of you guys, unbelievable. But this morning we've got two, Eric and Leisha. We hope you have the most amazing day ever. So we're going to mute the lines and listen. This is for you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy
birthday,
birthday, dear
Happy
Leisha.
birthday,
Happy birthday, dear Eric and
Happy
Leisha.
birthday. Love you guys
Happy
so much.
birthday to
Love all you
you.
guys. Great
Happy
birthday.
Birthday.
birthday, God.
Birthday, everyone.
Never get too old to where that doesn't feel
Okay,
really good.
darling.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Have a
I
good one,
love you. Hope you have a great
everybody.
day. Love you guys so
Yeah.
much. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody.